Good evening to one and all, respected dignitaries, the co-speakers and all the audience who are over this day to make this a big success. And I thank Dharmajagratitas. First, initially I would like to thank Dharmajagratitas for giving me such an opportunity to share my views in front of legendary people. So, my topic is the role of media in preservation of Vedic culture. So, firstly, I would like to go with my discussion with a story, a small story. Once a media person was traveling in a train. Along with this, the co-traveler was an atheist who does not believe in God. So the thing is, they both went into discussion, and as a point of discussion, the media person was asking an atheist who doesn't believe in God. He was asking like this, "Sir, where are you coming from?" Then that atheist started saying that, "Sir, in Calcutta, there was a big meeting of atheists, whole atheists, and we are coming over from there." Then this media person asked him, "So how did the meeting went?" "By the God's grace, it went very well," that atheist said. So the thing is, the people who are so-called trying to say that they are atheists, the thing is they don't want to say that there is no God. But at the same time, they want to defend themselves. I mean, they want to defend the concept that there is a God or there is some power. In this misconception, they are able to miss the basic point that they are not bound to some point, they are not bound to some cultural point, and there is a cultural thing that is holding them behind. So they are not just saying that there is no God, and they are indeed rejecting the most cultural spot of India, especially because this incident happened in India. That's what I quoting like India. So here, and one more thing, when coming to media, the role of media in preservation of Vedic culture. See, the most unfortunate thing that is happening in today's society is that with the introduction of the corporate societies and corporate culture, we are seeing the depreciation of the cultural values in the day-to-day society. See, for example, let us take the IT industry, software industry. We are seeing a lot of engineers going to offices, coming back in the evenings. That's all fine, everything is fine. But the thing is, in the name of weekend parties, in the name of pubs and all, they are spoiling the culture. And none of the media points out this point. Why? Because they want their feature space to be filled with the pub parties and celebrities who attend the pub parties. Rather, they are not even considered about how the culture is being badly affected because of those kinds of activities. So that's how a media has to concentrate on such ideas, on such kind of activities which should be prohibited. There are some organizations that oppose this, but they are not taking it in a perfect manner. I don't want to name the organizations, but there are some organizations that are not focusing on stopping these kind of activities in a proper manner. They are indeed creating it in a big rupture. So like this, and the second point is the importance of news. I will quote a small example of an incident that happened in 2008 in Andhra Pradesh. In 2008, the whole state was burning with the burning Telangana issue of Telangana want a separate state. So at that point of time, the whole media was concentrating on political speeches or political statements and all. But none of us are concentrated, I mean, I also belong to media, that's why I am saying none of us. None of us are concentrated on what happened in the Nalgonda region of Telangana area. The incident is, a company called Merck, as a part of its vaccination, it has given vaccinations, HPV vaccinations to almost some thousands of tribal girls, and who were as a result underwent hysterectomy operations. Some thousands of girls, I don't actually remember the number. What? Yeah, 22,000 tribal girls underwent hysterectomies, and now they are in a position that they cannot give birth to the coming generations. Yeah, they passed away indeed. So this was one, actually I was in a discussion with one major media, one major Telugu media, I don't want to name it. There I was in a discussion, I was given a topic that should there be any ban on media or should there be any restrictions on media in promoting the news. Then I quoted this point, this Telangana issue, the whole Telangana issue, the burning of Telangana agitation was given in all the papers, but none of the papers presented this issue of this hysterectomy operations and all. Then the media person was saying, no, that happened long back. No, it's not long back. I am speaking about the prominence of the news. The news is prominent. Of course, the people may think that that's a past issue, but the lives once gone will not be back. That's right. Not only that, there are many situations happening like till today in Srisalam and different forests, big forests, many foreign scholars and many scholars from abroad are coming to the forest and speak. They are having discussions with the tribal people. They are getting the information of medicinal plants, and they are taking away the information without making any noise, silently. But none of our media never concentrates on speaking to the media, tribal people, getting their knowledge, because they are the one who are more close to nature when compared to all of us. Indeed, they are very lucky to say that the people, villages and the tribal people, they are very close to the nature, and that's what the Veda says. What Veda says is, from morning I have been listening to the big scholars' Vedic lectures, and with my little knowledge, I came to one point that I could understand that Veda simply says that it's a way of life. Veda is simply the way of life. It teaches how a life should be led. And apart from that, the Veda teaches to say that how a life should be led in a proper manner. That is called culture. The culture is a structure that is given to a way of life. That is called Vedic culture. And media can do its best in promoting this culture by imbibing good ideas into the youth, because the youth is the one more who is concentrated to the media and who is more interested in the social activities. But unfortunately, today's youth are going in a different track because of the imposed Western culture. So, in order to impose the ideas, or in order to imbibe the ideas of importance of culture, importance of tradition, importance of the nation heritage, the media should take a forward step in going to the colleges. They can conduct debates. They can conduct the debates to the different students, ask them to speak on different, the importance of a nation, or knowing them of scientific implementations in our Vedas, as some of our speakers said, that Vaimanika Shastra and Sushrata Maharshi. Actually, last time during the Arshadhara first year in 2012 conference, me and Krishna Bhatt we went to one college. It's actually a pharmacy college. Krishna Bhatt sir was asking the students, how many of you know Sushrata Maharshi? They are pharmacy students. How many of you know Sushrata Maharshi? Then they were telling, no, Sushrata Maharshi. They were thinking and they said, no, finally we don't know him. And then he asked them about blood circulation. The students started saying that William Harvey is the one who introduced the concept of blood circulation. Then Guruji said, Hridayam. Hri means circulation. The word Hri defines circulation. The process of circulation happens, that is called Hridayam, and it's the way in which blood circulation concept was invented. And that was copied from our, we cannot say it's copied. It may be the basis of what William Harvey has said, because this was stated more before William Harvey had said. And we say that Wright brothers invented aeroplane. But in Vaimanika Shastra, it was told before only about the missiles and far advanced technology which today aerospace scientists are not even able to reach up to. So these are all points should be pointed out by media. But the media is not playing its role. So absolutely the media is having its prominent role, and it's very much important because it's a bridging element between the individual and the society. Different individuals, as our Charan said, different individuals mix up to form a society. So the bridging element between the social development and the individual is media. I'll just quote an example, a small example. If we take a flute, the flute is a cylindrical stick. So if an air is blown into that in a proper channel, it gives a pleasant sound. So the cylindrical thing is, we can take the sound as a social development, and the blowing part is the person from other side, and the medium is air. So the person who is giving blow into the cylindrical stick, is the one who is more important. And those are the people because of whom still today present culture is being protected. Those are none other than spiritual leaders and the scientists who are giving a utmost importance to our Vedic culture. I mean Vedic tradition or Indian tradition. And we are very pleased to have Rajan sir over here in this meeting because he is the one who was speaking on scientific implementation of Vedas, and he was a man of millennium. He was given the Man of Millennium Award by the US for his scientific implementations, and we are very happy to see you here, sir. So then coming to film media. Film media is also having its own importance in promotion of Vedic culture, preservation of Vedic culture. If we take Telugu movies, there are few films like Shankarabharanam, Swarnakamalam, Swati Mutyam. These are all few films, these are all classical hits. So these movies, Shankarabharanam especially, it completely speak about the Carnatic music. The way, the importance of Sangeetam, that's absolutely, it's promoting the culture, the way of culture. So those kinds of movies are not being presented today. There are few movies that are based on social implementations or social developments or social awareness. But the movies such kind should come into the picture so that the audience will also learn the things. That's how the film media can contribute its work in the social development and the preservation of Vedas. So in this way, the media has its own role in protecting the Vedas or Vedic culture. And finally, I would like to thank all the spiritual leaders and all the scientists because of whom we are still surviving in this country by saying that we are Indians. Because otherwise we would have been, already we are in the process of being dominated by the Western culture, especially the present generation, our youth, our generation of youth. We thank all the spiritual leaders and all the scientists who are promoting our nation's culture and nation's heritage to the rest of the world. And one more thing I forgot to say, we have observed many things like many channels like BBC English channels. BBC generally focuses on the Indian architectures all over India. There is one temple called Brihadishwara temple, which doesn't cast any shadow. The tomb of the temple, I mean the what we call that, Shikara doesn't cast any shadow. So that is very much important. That has been focused in BBC many times. But none of our Telugu media, none of our media focuses this point. Only few media. And one more thing, then coming to kids, we are seeing a lot of Cartoon Network channels. See, the Cartoon Network channels, the broadcasting companies are making their markets by playing with the psychologies of the kids. Some foreign research scientists only have given their point that before making these cartoon channels, the scientists, the broadcasting companies, they perform laboratory experiments on kids who don't have maturity levels to understand what they are undergoing. So what these cartoon networks and the different channels like Jetix and all will do is, they'll nutter the minds of the kids so that they lose their mental ability. So instead, why can't the media promote the culture, broadcast the channels like Bhagavad Gita, which promotes the national culture and also the good qualities in Ramayana, the God shows how a human should be. And there are a lot of ethics can be learned from those type of ethics and from epics. But those are not being promoted by the media. So media, I request all the media, and I promise that as far as I am the media, I am in the media, this media field, I'll try to contribute as far as I can by being responsible in the preservation of